Well, hello there, and welcome to episode 6 of my new podcast called Woman Entrepreneur Talk, where we talk all things entrepreneurship and for women. So I just want to thank you for joining in, and I just want to say Happy New Year to you. We are at the time of this recording in the first week, the first Thursday of 2019. And I just wanted to come on and have this chat with you on this episode of the podcast called New Year, New Business. Okay, so as we are all in the mode of, New Year's, and a lot of us tend to have resolutions at this time, there is a certain momentum that we have at the beginning of the year. And, I just want to chat with you a bit as you are in that momentum for you to get some things going right now. Okay, so our topic this evening is New Year, New Business, and for 2019, I believe it's really a year for your business to grow, for your business to flourish. And there's absolutely no reason why you can't start a new business in 2019, or that you can't add to your present business. Okay, you need to have more than one income stream. Now, you may already have a day job, or you may be an entrepreneur. Whichever way, there is no reason not to think about another income stream. And this podcast this evening is dedicated to that. Now, just before we move on, we are in 2019, and in this new year, I just want to do things differently. In 2018, there was a lot of changes with me and my business, a lot of growth. And for 2019, I just want to continue that and even do it on a larger scale. So from next Thursday, the next recording, I would no longer be doing my podcast recorded live on Facebook. It would be pre-recorded in a more professional manner and uploaded to Facebook on Thursdays. Okay, so from next Thursday, you would see a different view of the podcast. Okay, so it's all in an effort to bring you higher quality service, and also just more excellence coming from myself and my business. So great. So just hoping that you look forward to that. I look forward to it as well. Okay, so as we are talking tonight about New Year, New Business, and as I was saying, there's really no reason why you can't start a new business. And even if you are already an entrepreneur, there's no reason why you can't add another income stream. Okay, we live in an era where technology is so advanced and so easily accessible that it makes it so much easier for us to create and for us to share information and to put ourselves and our business out there. So I just want to give you a few tips on how you can start a new business, and also how you can add to a business that you already have. Now, people say, it's probably not that easy to start a business. But I would say in this era, it is so much easier to get it started. You just have to get into that mode. And I'm going to share with you a few things that you need to be thinking about when you want to create or start that new business. Okay, so the first point I want to bring to you, and it's a question that I want you to ask yourself: do you want to create a product, or do you want to create a service? Okay, In my first business, we were into retail and I absolutely loved it. I love the idea of buying and selling because, my background, all of my work experience has been in procurement. And being a procurement officer, that is your job. You have to know how to buy and how to sell. So when my business started in retail, it was something that I thoroughly enjoyed because I love buying and I love selling. I love that idea of, profits and having things that people want. So for me at that point in time, which was about 5 years ago, um, you know, I decided to do products, okay, which is great. And now, as I am in a different space and, just at a different point in my life, now my main focus is on service, okay? It's all up to you. It's all up to what you are in the space to do. And as we go further, the points that I'm going to bring to you, you would realize if you really want to create a product or create a service. Okay, when you are thinking about products, right, it usually comes with a higher level of startup capital. Okay, so that is something that you have to think about, that you need to get that capital, or if you already have it or the means to do it, that will be great. All right, with a service, if you want to start a service, you don't necessarily have to have any money, any cash, any capital to start up a service-based business. Okay, so I want you to weigh the pros, weigh the cons. What would be right for you at this time? Okay. Now, the second point I want to bring is, what are you good at? Okay, if you want to start a new business, it makes no sense doing something that you are not passionate about and that is difficult for you to do. So you need to think about, what are you good at? What comes easily for you? What comes naturally for you? What do you do, where you won't blink and you do it so excellently? Are you a great organizer? Are you a great events planner? Are you a great cook? Can you sew? Can you sing? All right. Can you teach? All right. Can you develop ideas? All of these things, you have to take into consideration when you are thinking about creating a new business. Okay? You need to think about, what are you good at? And I mean, without, much prying, you would know. You would know what you are good at, all right? So I just want you to write that down, if you know, all right? The third point, if you do not know what you are good at, then you need to find out, what do other people say you are good at. Sometimes, we are so accustomed to doing something that we love that we don't really think about getting that done as a business, okay? But, sometimes our relatives, our friends, those who are close to us, if you ask them a question, if you ask 5 of your relatives or your close friends, what do you think I'm good at? What would you say I am great at? And they are going to tell you. They are going to tell you, okay? So if, you don't see your own light, they would see your light and they would tell you what you are good at. So you need to ask the question, if you are thinking about ideas on what type of business, what kind of business to get into. Okay? So another point I want to bring to you, if you are thinking about what business to get into, you need to think about what big problem needs a solution. There are so many challenges and issues out there in the world today, and you need to figure out what big problem needs a solution. Okay? You need to fulfill the needs of of, persons who are around. Okay, so you need to think about what are those problems, what are those challenges that people come up, or that you have on a daily basis, in different instances. You need to figure out what problem you can solve, and that would just, it just may be a new idea that you can, take advantage of at that time to solve that big problem. Okay? You need to find out what service also you wish was around that isn't. Okay, so it could be a problem, or it can be a service that you really, need and that is not around. You need to think about that. How could you, fill that problem, fill that need? Okay, so let's say, for example, now this is the idea of, taxi service, which, that need was filled and they are making a lot of money from that. So if you think about Uber, for example, okay, there are so many private taxi services around, and those persons make, a little bit of money. But Uber solved that need where persons don't want to pay, 2 and 3 times the amount to get to a certain location. You call Uber, which runs on private car owners, right? And they send them to you, pick you up, drop you off at very, very low cost. Right? They filled a need. Okay, I remember at one time when my vehicle was down and I had to, hire cars and rent and all of that. And, it cost a lot. It cost a lot. But now, with Uber, all right, in the different countries, you can call on them. They would send you your driver, your car for a fraction of the cost. So they filled a need. So I want you to think about that. What need can you fill? All right. So those are things that you should be thinking about. And when you are thinking about that as well, you need to, look at how, you can save money on expensive things. So those things you wish were lower cost and that would make people's lives easier. You think about those types of things. So for me, I use laundry detergent that in my country it's pretty expensive, so we use Tide. I use Tide for all of my clothing, okay, because it keeps my clothing together. It doesn't stretch. It smells so awesome. The color doesn't fade. It just keeps the clothes, make them last longer, okay. So if there was something out there that was like Tide, all right, that was like Tide, and that is at a lower cost than Tide, guess what? I would switch. Okay. Now you know that there are many other detergents that try to copy Tide. Some work, some don't, but they make their fair share of income because they tried a product, they tested their idea, and they sent out their idea that was something that was similar to the dominator out there, okay? And they are making money from that. So I want you to think about what can you provide that is just a little lower than the dominator out there, and I guarantee you, you will get your share as well. So you need to think about those ideas as well. Another way you could come up with ideas for your new business, okay, you need to analyze trends. Trends are out there all around us. And it has become so much easier with the advancement of the internet to analyze trends. Okay, all you have to do is so simple. Okay, you go on to social media, you go on to Facebook, Instagram, you can look at Twitter, YouTube, you can look at BuzzFeed or Reddit, and you just look for what's trending, what hashtags are trending, okay, what product is trending, what service is trending, what are people asking, what are they asking about, okay, what are they raving about, what are they excited about. And the internet is going to tell you within a few seconds, okay? As a matter of fact, in less than a second, all right, the internet will tell you what is trending. And you need to keep on top of that trend and see what is emerging, what is new. And those are so many ideas that you can take advantage of for your new business, okay? So another thing you can do, which, there are a few people that do this as well. You can make a business from your own ideas. So what do I mean by that? I'm saying you can become an idea bank, okay, where you write ideas, you think, you research, all right, you do your homework on different ideas, you write down at least 10 to 20 new ideas every day. And there are companies, there are individuals who would purchase your idea. Okay, they can go through your list, and that is something that they would pay for. They would pay for your idea. Okay, how can you do that? You research, you look at problems online. Okay, you go through groups, find out what people are asking about. You go on to Google, you go on to Quora, sites like those, all right, and you take your ideas and write them down every day. New ideas. And when you start that, you would see daily, you would see more. It will become easier for you to generate ideas, and your way of thinking will be different, okay? And that's how you can create a business from your own ideas, by selling them, okay? I remember when I have an entire business plan on a certain business that I wanted to get into at the time, but it just didn't materialize. Okay, I did the research, I wrote out an entire plan for that business, and that plan itself, it can be sold. It can be sold because I did the research, I followed through with everything, and I have the foundation for a new business. Okay, so for me, that business would entail a lot of startup capital because it's in the food industry. Okay, so that can be sold to someone who is ready and capable of creating that type of business. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Becoming an idea bank, having full strategies for new businesses that other people who are looking to get into business, they can purchase that from you. Okay? And another thing you can do, which, people don't like to do, you can use other people's ideas. Okay? You can build upon what is new and trending and start a new business from someone else's idea. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that once it's not patented, once there are no trademarks, once there are no legal implications from doing that. You can start your business from another idea. Okay, so these are the things that I want you to think about. We are in a new year, and I want you to get on that mode of generating more income through new business and new business ideas. Okay, it's not hard like it used to be, and so I want you to start thinking about that. You can start your business without a dime. Okay, and this is why, something that I advocate, because I've done it, and I've done it more than once, right? So these are things I want you to think about as you step into your new 2019, this new year. Think about the ways that you can build yourself, that you can build your income, so that you can live the lifestyle that you desire for 2019. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this live edition of my podcast, Woman Entrepreneur Talk. And as I said, from next week, the podcast would be pre-recorded, because, I'm just doing things at a higher level of service to you, and I want to give you the best of myself and the highest quality. Okay, so let me know in the comments what business idea you are thinking of. Are you indeed thinking of starting a new business? And also, what support do you need? Because I'm here to support you in any of your ventures. Okay, so let me know in the comments what are your challenges and what do you need to start your own business. I gave you quite a few points, so let me know as well, when will you be starting? Okay, and I'll be here to support you. So have a great week, and we shall see again on the next episode of Woman Entrepreneur Talk. Bye.